Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Baharakah Kadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. It's Micah 2 and 10. It says, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. And you see that a lot of our people don't understand this. They don't understand that this world is not our rest. It's not our place of safety. Alright? You look up the word pollution, it means to be poisonous or contaminated. Now, if you try and grow crops, right? If you try and be productive in a contaminated environment, whatever you try and do there is going to be tainted. It's going to be corrupted, right? You grow those crops, the crops ain't going to grow properly. They're going to die. They're going to bring forth poisonous fruit, right? You grow crops in a stable, healthy environment, which is geared towards proper growth and life. And that's what the kingdom of heaven represents. You know, it represents being in a condition, dwelling in a place that is for you. All right, the conditions are right for you to live, for you to rest, to be at ease, for you and your children and your family and your people. That's not what this world, this current age represents. That's not what this kingdom represents, and it never has represented that. But you got our people who are desiring for it to be so. And in that desire, they're willing to give themselves over to Esau in hope that this place could be made a rest for them. And that's why you see them investing in politics, investing in the economy. You know, a lot of these jakes feel that this place will become your rest if you make as much money as possible, which is not the case. All right, just having money, right, might get you certain things in this world, but what it's not gonna do is transform this world into your rest, because that's just not what it is. Especially beginning with America. All right, you know, focusing in on America. I mean, America has been one of the most corrosive places for our people that's ever existed, ever. You know, you just got in every aspect of it, even if you're just talking about the food. You know, I was just reading a Twitter feed. Like, there's a lot of things that they ban in Europe and other places in the world that they're allowed to feed people in America, man. It's like that place is contaminated in every way, shape, or form. From the media's contaminated, the education system. It's just, ugh. It's designed to destroy you from the moment you were a child. Before you were even born, they were pumping vaccines and all sorts into your blood, into you through your mother. Your mother was contaminated. Your father was contaminated. Culturally, physically. And you have to be born into that system. A system which is against you, man. All right, Jeremiah 4 and 22 says, For my people is foolish. They have not known me. Right? We had a provider, man. We had a power that provided us with rest. And we chose to, as crazy as it sounds, and that's why it says we're a foolish people. We had a provider, the Most High, the living God, who delivered us into a land flowing with milk and honey, that gave us laws, statutes, and commandments, whereby if we follow those commandments, we would live in love and peace and harmony and be blessed with all the things. Because remember one thing, this this world has all of the everything that we would possibly require is here. It's not in Mars. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not like we're lacking anything in this earth. We're not lacking anything. Every resource that you require exists on earth and is accessible. The problem on earth was never of lack of resources. The problem is always our foolishness, our lack of spiritual discipline and spiritual knowledge, wisdom, or understanding to apply the righteous action in earth. That's the problem. Now, you can't tell that to our people today because our people are so focused on money. They think money is the root of all problems, and therefore they think money will solve all problems. And then so you see Jake get money and still destroy themselves because spiritually they're dead. They're necrotic, they're toxic. Alright? It says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. They have none understanding. You gotta understand when you got a good thing going and how to keep that going. I'm gonna read Hosea 2 in a second because that's just in my spirit to read it. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. We choose to do evil and wickedness. And what has been the result? And still to this day in 2024, Jake will argue and fight with you to continue to do evil, and then at the same time complain about their condition. Yeah, but your condition is based on the fact that you commit evil. You do not want to respect the law of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You despise the law of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, but then cry about when one of your family members gets murdered, or when you get stolen from, or when your wife commits adultery, or you want to sin, but you don't want to be sinned against, right? We've created our own hell through a lot of our own actions. You look at the so-called black culture. Black culture is rife with it's all about the carnal mind. An absolute no discipline whatsoever. Just childish and carnal. Serve your base lusts at whatever the cost. That is so-called black culture. Serve your base lusts at whatever the cost. Don't think anything through. Just twerk and have sex and treat life like a damn hip-hop music video, and it will work out. And when things don't work out, blame everyone else and money. It's crazy. Right? They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Even though the Lord provided us with the keys. We received, like I said, we received the law, statutes, and commandments. We received prophets, divine providence, land, everything we needed, we had to live how man should live and be happy. But we chose idolatry, being envious of the heathen, being envious of idolatry. When we had the living power, we chose dead things and then reached death. Imagine that. Imagine that, man. It's crazy. And they're still choosing dead things today. And they think they're awake because now they want to vote for Donald Trump. It's like, listen, America is not for you, man. It's for your destruction. You need to escape in the mind. Hosea 2:1, say ye unto your brethren, Ami, and to your sisters, Ruamah, Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight, and her adulteries from between her breasts. And those whoredoms and adulteries represent the idolatry, the serving of other gods, which our people do to this day. Lest I strip her naked and set her as in the day. And let me say this, you can't claim you worship the Most High and don't take heed to his word. That don't make no sense. The word, that's why the Father and the Son go hand in hand. You can't honor the Son and not honor the Father, and you can't honor the Father and not honor the Son. It's impossible. Our people a lot of times want to give lip service and talk about God and the Most High, but then when you start bringing out the truth of the scriptures, they don't want to hear it. But the same person that just said they love God, so why are you not listening to his word? Nah, the God you really want to worship is a God of your own making, an idol, so you can fulfill your lust. All right? It says, lest I strip her naked and set her as in the day that she was born. And that's what happened. The Lord completely stripped our people and make her as a wilderness and set her like a dry land and slay her with thirst. And I will not have mercy upon her children, for they be the children of whoredoms. Right? For their mother have played the harlot, she that conceived them have done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers that give me my bread and my water, my wool and my flax, mine oil and my drink. Therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with thorns, and make a wall that she shall not find her paths. And we've been in exile ever since, and America is the greatest of that exile. You're in America through exile, man. That's not a place of rest. Death by exile. And she shall follow after her lovers, but she shall not overtake them. Right? We follow after these other nations. We want to copy after what they're on. But we haven't overtaken them in that. We've gone beneath. Now, if we'd have kept the law, statutes, and commandments, we would only be above, in the chief seat. All right? But she shall not overtake them, and she shall seek them, but shall not find them. Then shall she say, I will go and return to my first husband, for then was it better with me than now. And that's beginning with the elect. We're acknowledging that, this is bullshit what we're going through right now. When you read in the scriptures, we should have just stuck with the Lord. So we're going to go back, return to the Lord, man, because this is some BS what's going on out here. All right? For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil, and multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal. All right? The Lord is the one that blessed us with all the things that we needed. Not these idols, not these other nations. But you might are running to Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, yeah, for that, thinking they're going to provide you with rest and provide you with all these things. Nah, don't you know that their agenda is that you will own nothing? Fools! Therefore will I return and take away my corn in the time thereof, and my wine in the season thereof, and will recover my wool and my flax given to cover her nakedness. And now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver her out of mine hand. I will also cause all her mirth to cease, her feast days, her moons, and her Sabbaths, and all her solemn feasts. And I will destroy the vines and her fig trees, whereof she hath said, These are my rewards that my lovers have given me, and I will make them a forest, and a beast of the field shall eat them. And I will visit upon her the days of Baalim, wherein she burned incense to them, and she decked herself with her earrings and her jewels, and she went after her lovers, and forgot me, save the Lord. But guess what? There's a restoration coming. And it ain't coming through Donald Trump. It ain't coming through Kamala Harris or America, all right? Or any of these other avenues that you, Jake, find yourself running down to try and seek that rest. You're not going to receive that rest that you seek through no other way You ain't going to enter into the sheepfold through no other way. And I'm here to declare it. But through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the Son of the living power. There ain't no other way. You're wasting your time. You're deceived. Oh, we're awake now. We've woken up. You know, the Democratic Party. We know we super awake Negroes. So we're gonna vote for Donald Trump because some celebrity told me that we awake now. You fucking morons, man. What's wrong with you, man? Are you for real? And you woken up to, you say you're awake, but you ain't awake. You're asleep. You're still running down the wrong paths, man. Looking for rest. You running straight to the slaughterhouse trying to get rest. You crazy, man. Anyway, therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak comfortably unto her. And I will give her vineyards from thence and the valley of Achor for a door of hope. And she shall sing there as in the days of her youth, and as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt. See, there's a deliverance coming. A deliverance from the place that you, Jake, are trying to make work. We need deliverance from this place. It's polluted, man. It ain't gonna work. This ain't our rest, man. But you, Jake, are so foolish. You don't want deliverance from America. It's crazy. You love America. You want to stay there. You trying to make it work. Listen, sometimes you gotta know when it's time to go. You gotta call it a day, man. You gotta give up. Alright? And it shall be at that day. You know, you Jake, invested in the world, this world. Don't be invested in this world, man. Sometimes you gotta know when to cut your losses, liquidize, and get the hell out, man. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta cut your losses in this world. You gotta accept that it's going to zero, innit? You know, sometimes you make an investment, and you know, because you've emotionally invested and you invested in the hope of a return, a lot of mans hold out until the thing goes down to zero. They didn't know, like, listen, I've already lost like 50% of my portfolio through this thing. Just you know, just take what's left and leave. Right? But no, you're gonna be hard-headed, and then it goes down to 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%, and then finally down to zero. And you got some worthless meme coin you're holding onto or some shit, or some worthless stock because you were stubborn. This world ain't nothing to be invested in. It's gonna be destroyed. It's terminally ill. It's done. It's through. It's cooked. Beginning with America. America ain't nothing to be invested in. It's cooked. It's like signing a fucking terminally ill cancer patient to your team. It's like giving a flipping terminally ill cancer patient a 5-year fucking contract with fucking 50 million up front. Man's gonna die in 3 months. Like, you give a man a full 5-year contract, everything paid with 50 mil up front. You wouldn't do that, would you? Like, nah, man, we ain't signing them. It's dead in the water, man. I can't invest in this person. They finished. But not you niggas. Niggas are investing in America, man. Imagine that. Walking around with American flags, talking about how you want to make America great again. Wasting your time, man. How about you make the scriptures great again? How about you make Israel great again, man? How about you embrace the greatness of the scriptures, man? And the truth. That might work for you. Hosea 2:16, and it shall be at that day, says the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shalt call me no more Baali, for I will take away the names of Baalim out of her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name. And guess what? Jesus is one of them names of Baal, because Christianity that you inherited from on the plantation is itself a pollution, an abomination, because that Jesus you worshiping ain't the real Jesus. That's Caesar Borgia. And the doctrine that you learned ain't actually what's in the scriptures, and that's the problem. That Christianity that you learned on the plantation, that Christianity that Esau even has, with Christmas and Easter and all that bullshit, and everyone can be saved, that's not in the scriptures. And the God they worship ain't the real God. They ain't Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, in that day will I make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of the heaven and with the creeping things of the ground, right? And I will break the bow and the sword and the battle out of the earth and make them to lie down safely, right? Peace and safety and harmony in the earth to live. That's the condition that you could rest in, where you ain't got man's running social and engineering programs on you and your children to destroy you. And I will betroth thee unto me forever. I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and judgment and loving kindness and in mercies. And I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Lord. And it shall come to pass in that day I will hear, saith the Lord, I will hear the heavens, and they shall hear the earth, and the earth shall hear the corn and the wine and the oil, and they shall hear Jezreel. And I will sow her unto me in the earth, and I will have mercy upon her that had not obtained mercy, and will say to them which were not my people, thou art my people, and they shall say, thou art my God. And that's it. That's our hope. That's the good news. But it begins with disconnecting yourself spiritually from this world, man, because you're hooked up spiritual umbilical cord to a cesspit that's pumping shit into your spirit, man, polluting your soul. All right, you gotta disconnect. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.